Hi, my name is Charlie Abate. What you'll be watching on this video is the Advanced Marketing International standard presentation for selling KitchenCraft and Lustercraft cookware. This information is protected under the standard distributor contract and is only for those representatives of KitchenCraft and Lustercraft cookware under contract with Advanced Marketing International. Enjoy. Hi, my name is Charlie Abate. I'm going to be your personal chef for the day. Everybody say hi, Charlie. Hey. Now, on the count of three, everybody tell me your names. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Perfect. I'll remember everybody. How many of you folks here like to cook? Oh, good. I do. How many of you folks here like to eat? Yeah, I do too. Here's one that's even better. How many of you folks here would like to eat all the food that you'd like, but never have to worry about fat or cholesterol or diets ever again? Yeah, I'm going to show you how to do that. It's called waterless and greaseless cooking. Now, how many of you folks here have ever heard of waterless cooking before? Oh, you have. Anybody already own some of the cookware? You do. How long have you had the cookware?
42 years.
42 years. Really? Wow. You like it? You do. You're still using it. Wow, that's pretty fantastic. This is my brother, by the way. He just comes to brag about the cookware. By the way, we have a gift for you at the end of our demonstration just because you already own the cookware, so stick around if you can. Well, I'm going to show you what it's all about, but this little machine here, this is called the kitchen cutter. When we do an in-home dinner party, we go to people's houses, cook food, show off cookware and all that, we actually give a kitchen cutter to the host or the hostess of that dinner party as a little hospitality gift. It's a way to say thank you for allowing us in your home. Here at the show, we don't have a host and we don't have a hostess. So what we do is at the end of every demonstration, we make sure you guys have a chance to get a kitchen cutter as a gift as well. Isn't that fun? I'm going to show you how we do that. Let me get another carrot into here, just for fun. Very, very simple, easy machine to use. You take your food, you put it in the back, you turn your handle, and you're on your way. Now, something that you should see about the kitchen cutter, here's my bare hand, right on the bare blade. It's a very, very safe machine to use. Frontwards is fine, backwards is fine, inside is fine. If you put your fingers way in the hopper, you get finger food. Don't do that. But every kitchen cutter comes with a metal safety flap. It sits on top, it runs the veggies through. Very, very safe machine to use. When you're finished, the cones come off, they go right into the sink or the dishwasher. So it's easy to clean, it's easy to use. The bottom of your kitchen cutter also has a suction cup. So that's going to hold it down pretty much any place you want to put it. It comes in 2 pieces for cleaning and storage. And we always recommend when you're finished with your kitchen cutter, leave it on the countertop with the cones on top. Because if it goes in the cabinets, what's going to happen? Yeah, we forget about it. So leave it out, use it every day. How many of you guys like the kitchen cutter so far? Hey, pretty good. How many of y'all will take one if it's a free gift? Perfect. We'll show you how to do that. Let me introduce the cookware to you. This is KitchenCraft cookware. We have been making KitchenCraft cookware since 1906. That's a very long time. Over 100 years of making the best quality cookware in the world. As a matter of fact, we've been named the best cookware in the world many, many times over our 100-year history. We're very, very proud of that, and you should be too. You've had our cookware for how long? 42 years. Wow, that's pretty amazing. We're going to get a little vegetable medley going here. We've got some carrots. We've got some corn. We'll put some broccoli in here as well. How many of you folks here like vegetables? Hey, very good. Wonderful foods to eat, lots of vitamins and nutrients in our vegetables. Also a lot of color. And I think you all would agree that we eat with our eyes, don't we? Yeah, it's true. If the food looks good, we eat it. So we want to make sure that we have a lot of color in our food. We'll get a little red bell pepper in here as well. Doesn't that look nice? That good? Now, if we're going to cook a pan of vegetables at home, what would have to go into the pan next? Water, exactly. Because if you put a pan of vegetables on the stove at home with no water at all, what would happen? Oh, they would burn, exactly. Here's what happens at home. We take some water. Some people like to use a lot of water. Some people use just a little bit of water. I want you to see that it really doesn't make a difference. Every time we boil food or steam food, when we're finished cooking, we drain all that water off. And what comes out with all the water? Vitamins, yeah. Nutrients, flavor, color, a lot of the good stuff. And then what do we do with all that good stuff when we're finished cooking? Right down the drain. That's exactly right. Well, today, we're going to cook with no water at all. I'm going to get every drop of water that we can out of our pan. We're also going to cook at a very, very low temperature of only 180 degrees. Now, we know that it's 180 because when our pan reaches that temperature, you're going to see a little bit of vapor coming out the top of the pan. When we see the vapor, we turn the stove off. Totally off. So when we see the vapor, what are we going to do? We turn it off. That's exactly right. Now, for comparative reasons, we're going to cook some vegetables the old-fashioned way. This is a pan that we can buy at any store. We're going to get some carrots into our pan. Just enough water to make sure nothing burns. That's good. And I'm going to let you taste them both, with the water, without the water. This way we can see if there's any discernible difference at all. But we're also going to cook fried chicken. Now, who likes fried chicken? Yay, everybody likes fried chicken. Now, if we're going to cook fried chicken at home, what has to go into the pan first? Oil, grease, butter, fat, and lard. We use a lot of it because, of course, it's very healthy, it's nutritious, and it's low in calories, right? Good for your heart? Yeah, no, probably not. Let me show you something fun. This is called death of an artery. We're all born this way, aren't we? Perfectly clean, beautiful arteries. We start going out to restaurants. We find our favorite place. We start going out maybe a few too many times, and all of a sudden we get into a lot of trouble. Here's a question. How old do you think the average American is when they get to this stage right here? Somebody give me a guess. You know, it's 11. 11 years old. The University of Kansas did a study 2 years ago. They said the average 11-year-old is already at that state. Now, why is this happening? Well, fast food, processed food, that's all true. It's because we're busy, aren't we? We just don't have time to cook. So we're going to do things a little bit differently here today. I want you to see how easy it is to eat food that tastes this good, but that's this healthy and actually faster than driving to McDonald's. And we're going to make it really, really simple. We're going to cook today with nothing. No oil, no grease, no fat. This is called the Freedom Skillet. We're going to put it on the stove totally dry. And we're going to start off with the potato, okay? Very, very healthy food. Now watch carefully because this is a little bit complicated. We take our potato, we cut it in half, and then we put it into the totally dry pan. Easy. We're going to cook the chicken the exact same way. No oil, no grease, no fat, and no skin. Now, does anybody know why we would bother taking the skin off the chicken? Why would we do that? Fat content, that's right. Take away the skin, take away the fat. Some people say take away the skin, take away the flavor. Well, we're going to find out. We've got a nice big chicken breast with the bone still in, and I'm going to rinse this off just because that's what the health department tells us to do. And we're going to put it into a totally dry pan. So here we have chicken and potatoes in a totally dry pan. But let's do this. Who likes to cook? Mary, you like to cook? Okay, Mary, if you're going to go home today and you're going to cook up a whole big 5-course meal for the family like we're going to do here, chicken, potatoes, vegetables, salad, the whole thing, how long would that normally take? About an hour? Yeah, I think that sounds about right. You know, I had a lady yesterday say it would take 2 days. She said 1 day to get in the mood, 1 day to do it. But you know what? That is part of the problem, isn't it, Mary? Sometimes we just don't have an hour or an hour and a half, so we end up going out to eat, don't we? Yeah. You know, the average family today, just the world we live in right now, the average family, we spend about $125 every single week eating out of the house. That's a cup of coffee in the morning, something for lunch, maybe a pizza or something quick for dinner. That's over $6,000 a year just going out and going out and going out. Now, how many of you folks here would be happy if we could maybe get half of that money back? That'd be nice. Let me show you how we do that. We're going to take our timer. We're not going to set this for an hour or 2 hours or 2 days. 12 minutes. So 12 minutes from right now, we're going to turn the chicken. 15 minutes from right now, we're going to have the entire 5-course meal on the table ready to eat. Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be nice? How many of you folks think it'd be nice, it'd be helpful if you could actually do that at home? All right, I'm going to show you how to do that. Let's do this. We've got our chicken and potatoes, no grease, no oil. We've got our veggies cooking with no water. We're going to make our salad as well. How many of you folks here like salads? I do too. Does anybody eat a fresh salad every day? Yeah, not so much. It takes a lot of time, doesn't it? You know, most people tell me that the only salad they eat is what we call a honeymoon salad. You're all familiar with a honeymoon salad? Yeah? Lettuce alone. Did you get that? Lettuce alone. Honeymoon. Yeah, it's a horrible joke. But you know, the salad is even worse than the joke. What is the nutritional value of lettuce? And nothing. Nothing. Now, stir-fry vegetables, that's a lot healthier. But what takes up all the time if we're going to make stir-fry at the house? It's the chop, 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 isn't it? So watch. Take your vegetables, run them through your kitchen cutter. And just like that, we're done. Isn't that nice? Isn't that fun? Let's do it again. Little yellow squash we have here. Now, just for fun, if this was a potato, now what would we have? Potato chips, that's exactly right. And that's what we do. Take a potato, run it through the kitchen cutter, put a little potato chip right on the cookie sheet in the oven, 375 degrees for about 10 minutes. You've got a fat-free potato chip that tastes fantastic. Isn't that nice? And how many of you folks here kind of like the idea of eating all the potato chips you like and never having to worry about fat? Yeah, that's a nice thing, isn't it? Having the right tools helps us do that. Let's do some coleslaw. Has anybody ever made fresh homemade coleslaw? You have. I love it. I think it tastes great. Does anybody have something like this around the house? Yeah. Well, the new ones come with the Band-Aids now. They know you're going to need it. So let's make life a whole lot easier. The cabbage that I have here, this was 69 cents a pound at the grocery store this morning. The coleslaw over in the deli case was $3.99 a pound. Now, it's the same cabbage, isn't it? Somebody in the back chopped it up for us, so they charge us 10 times more money. And how long has that coleslaw been sitting in the deli case at the supermarket? Yeah, we have no idea, do we? This just makes it a lot easier, doesn't it? And you know what? How many of you folks here would agree that it tastes better fresh? Isn't that the truth? This just makes it really, really easy. Now, the red cabbage does cost more money, but boy, there's a lot more vitamins. Iron, nutrients, vitamin C. It also has a nice color, doesn't it? Isn't that nice? And when our food looks good and smells good and tastes good, what do? We eat it. Exactly. Now, if the food just happens to be healthy for us and it tastes good, well, then we're never on a diet again. Because now we're just eating healthy food because we enjoy it, not because somebody told us that we have to. Makes a big, big difference. Now, here's the question that I was asking before. Can you chop up your fingers on the kitchen cutter? Well, you can, but we don't recommend it. Let me show you. Take your bare hand, put it right on that bare cone. Very, very safe machine. Backwards, absolutely fine. Inside is okay too. If you get your fingers way back in the hopper, you get chef salad. And we don't want that. But again, every kitchen cutter comes with a metal safety flap. It goes on top, runs the veggies through. Very, very safe machine to use. Now let's do some onions. Now what happens if you start chopping up onions at the house? We cry, don't we? And nobody likes to cry, especially over an onion. So watch this. Leave the skin on the onion. Can you see what I'm doing here? Cut it into a wedge. Leave the skin on. Run it through your kitchen cutter. The gases that make us cry, most of those gases are in the last couple of layers, right there by the peeling. So we shred it, and we peel it at the exact same time. So all that bad stuff goes away, all that wonderful food goes in our salad. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? How many of you folks here kind of like the kitchen cutter so far? Woo! How many guys would actually use one if you had one? Yeah, you know, I bet you would. It's a really wonderful tool. We use ours almost every day. Now, before we do anything else, can you see the vapor coming out of my pan over here? You see that? So what should we do now? We turn it off. That's exactly right. When we see the vapor coming out of the pan, we turn the stove off. I'm going to take it off the burner completely, and I'm going to bring it over here. But you know what? This was on our stove for, what, 5 or 6 minutes, roughly? Now think about that. If you were going to boil or steam your food, it would be on the stove for a lot more than 5 or 6 minutes, wouldn't it? Maybe more like 15 or 20 minutes. So by turning the stove off as quickly as we do, you save a lot of money on the gas or electric bill. It turns out you save just about $1 every meal you cook when you use your Kitchen Craft cookware. And that adds up pretty fast, guys. If you're only cooking one meal a day, that's over $300 a year right back in your pocket. Every year, every year, every year, forever. Now, sir, you've had our cookware for 42 years. Wow, I'm thinking that cookware has paid for itself a few times over already. That was a good investment to make. But let's finish up with our salad. Celery. Wonderful, healthy food. But you know the strings on the back, how they get stuck in everybody's teeth? Does anybody take the strings off their celery? Yeah, I know a lot of people do. Watch this. Take the stringy part, point it towards the back of the hopper. See that? Strings towards the back. Turn the handle. Use this when you're making soups, salads, stuffings around the holidays. All that wonderful celery goes right into your salad. And that really hard stringy part comes out the back and goes away. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? Now, I want you to see why this is working like that. I think if you understand, it makes more sense. Look at this. See the space back here between the blade and the hopper? See that? When you have a food with a hard back like the celery, the teeth of the cone grab the food off the back. The hard part just keeps going right through. So it's just a very simple, efficient design to the kitchen cutter. But one more thing we're going to put on our salad, cheese. Who likes cheese on their salads? Yeah, I sure do. But you know what? From a dietary perspective, what is the downside to cheese? Fat. That's right. Fat, calories, cholesterol. Now, they do make something called fat-free cheese. I just don't think that qualifies as food. It's pretty bad. So we have something completely different. We call this cheese plant. Now, does everybody know what that really is? It's a butternut squash. That's exactly right. Very, very healthy. Really very cheap. But boy, that hard skin's a big pain in the neck to peel, isn't it? So where should we point the hard skin? To the back. That's exactly right. See how easy this is? Take the hard skin, put it to the back, turn the handle. Now this cone is called the shredder cone. I like to use this one for hard cheeses, nuts, chocolates, garlic. All that beautiful food goes right into your salad. And that really hard skin comes right out the backside right there and goes away. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? And you know what? It kind of looks like shredded cheddar cheese, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. So you can give this to your kids, your friends, your family. You tell them that it's called cheese plant. And they eat it and they like it because it has a nice sweet flavor. It's really very nice. So here we have this really beautiful 8-vegetable garden salad that we just put together in about 2 minutes flat. Yay! And you know the kitchen cutter now comes with the sign, so you can do this at home as well. But you know what? That's a nice salad, isn't it? It looks really good. It tastes great. It's incredibly healthy. And if you're going to try to make that salad at home tonight using something like this, how long would that take? Yeah, an hour, 2 hours. I mean, you'd try it once, you'd go through every Band-Aid in the house twice, and you'd say, boy, I'm never going to do that again. Isn't that the truth? How many of you folks would agree that having the right tools really does make all the difference? Isn't that the truth? Let's do this. Bob, if you and I had to go out and chop down trees, one tree every day for the rest of our lives, and we had to do it by ourselves, we can't go hire somebody, do you think we would go buy an axe or a chainsaw? A chainsaw. I think that makes sense. Bob, thank you very much. Now, ladies, Bob, shh. Ladies, let's see how well you know the guys. If we guys are going to chop down just one tree, one time, are we going to go out and buy an axe or a chainsaw? A chainsaw. That's exactly right. That's because we're smart. It's true. And you know what? You ladies do the exact same thing. Does anybody here have a refrigerator at the house? Of course we do. We don't have coolers for the kitchen, do we? No. Anybody have a washing machine at home? Sure, we buy the tools that make our lives a lot easier. It's the same thing with the kitchen cutter. But here's the thing. If you're an average person, if you're at home cooking, you cook about one meal a day. One meal a day is 365 meals a year. That's 15 to 20,000 meals in a lifetime. That's a lot of food preparation, isn't it? Now, how many of you folks here just might agree that this is the axe and this is the chainsaw? That makes sense, doesn't it? Having the right tool for the job. And you know what, Bob? How often do we guys use our chainsaws? Every day, right? Well, no, probably not. How often do you guys use your tools in the kitchen? Every day. It's true. We need to have the right tool for the job. Now listen, this is not cheap. If you choose to buy a kitchen cutter, this costs about as much as that chainsaw does. But you know what? We use this tool every single day. This is the health of our family. It allows us to do things that we wouldn't ordinarily be able to do. It makes a big, big difference for the family. Very smart thing to have. But you know what? We do in-home dinner parties. We go to people's houses, we cook food, we show off cookware. It's a lot of fun, and we find some beautiful things in people's kitchens. The countertops are fantastic. The appliances are great. The cabinets are wonderful. And the cookware, well, we find some very expensive pots and pans in a lot of the houses we go into. Let me show you just a little bit of what we usually find. Really nice homes, beautiful kitchens. Very expensive cookware. You know, I had a lady the other day say, Charlie, don't laugh. I wish my set looked that good. But you know what? Why? Why would I call this right here the most expensive cookware in the world? Somebody give me a guess. Well, you're right. We throw it away, don't we? We throw it away, we buy it again, we throw it away, and it never ends. Let's take a look. This one. We call this one the wedding gift. My wife and I got the same thing. Copper bottom cookware. Nice, beautiful stuff. But what do you have to put into a pan like that to keep all the food from sticking and burning? A lot of oil, butter, fat, grease, all those things we're trying to avoid. It burns the food, it burns the pan, we throw it away, and we buy it again. $75, $100 per pan for this stuff these days. Throw it away, buy it again, it adds up quickly. It's expensive, it gets replaced. So then we go to the non-stick stuff, we buy some Teflon products. 6 months later, you have Teflon. Now, where'd the Teflon go? Yeah, we eat it, don't we? Into our kids and our family. We've all done that. $200 for a decent set of Teflon. How long does it last? A year? Yeah, we throw it away, we buy it again. Thousands and thousands of dollars go in the garbage. Very, very expensive. We buy it, we throw it away. This is an enamel something or other. I don't know exactly what that is. But here's the ones that are really important to look at today. This is aluminum and cast iron. I want you to see this. We're going to do a little experiment here with some Scotch-Brite. Everybody's familiar with Scotch-Brite? That little nylon scrubby pad. There's no metal in Scotch-Brite. We're going to do some cleaning with our Scotch-Brite scrubby and some plain tap water. Now, if you've ever used aluminum cookware before, you know that it starts off nice and shiny, right? It's a brand new pan. But if you cook in it for any length of time, it gets kind of dark on the inside, doesn't it? Almost black. But then if you cook certain foods, the pan gets shiny again. Now, what kinds of foods would make the pan shiny again? Tomatoes? Yep. Apples, rhubarb, lemon, anything that has acid in it. That's exactly right. And where did all that black stuff go? Into the tomatoes and the apples and the kids and the family year after year after year. We'll turn the chicken in just a second. But you know what? I clean this pan every day, many, many times a day. I'll do it again right now if you'd like. Every time we cook with aluminum cookware, we are unconsciously eating all of the aluminum. That's not good. That's not good at all. Now, that's a cheap pan. There's no doubt about that. You can buy expensive aluminum cookware as well. Have any of you heard of Calphalon cookware? Sure, my wife and I had some of that. It's a few $100s a set. It's anodized aluminum. And every time we cook with aluminum, we end up eating the aluminum. By the way, what's under the Teflon in every single Teflon pan? Yeah, it's aluminum as well. So once we scratch the Teflon on the surface, we start to eat the raw aluminum underneath. Please don't use aluminum cookware. I just don't think it's a very, very good thing to have around the house. Teflon either, not a good idea. But we need to turn the chicken, don't we? So let me do this. I have been trained to turn the chicken with my bare hands. Now, we send you a DVD teaching you how to do this as well, but let me just show you what it looks like. I'll do it again. We turn the chicken. Ha ha. You don't have to flip the chicken over. Now, think about that for just 1 second. If you forgot to flip the chicken over at home, what would happen to your chicken? It would burn, that's right. It would burn on the bottom, it's raw on the top. Now we're definitely going out to a restaurant, aren't we? See, I want you to see with Kitchen Craft Cookware, you don't even have to flip the chicken over at all. You can drop it in the pan and leave it alone. Now, how many guys think that would make life a lot easier? Yeah, and how many guys could use a little easy about now? Absolutely, we're gonna eat it in just a quick second. Cast iron is different. What do you have to do to a cast iron pan before you can even use it? Season it, that's right. Little oil, little grease in the pan. Now we do that because cast iron is a very, very porous metal. If you can fill up all those pores with grease and oil, the pan doesn't rust and the food doesn't stick. But it's so porous that it doesn't just get dark and greasy on the inside, does it? No, it gets dark and greasy all the way through to the outside as well. And every time we cook with a cast iron pan, all that seasoning goes right back into our food. That's amazing, isn't it? You know, I had a gentleman stop me one time. He said, Charlie, you're stepping on some toes here. He said, I have cast iron at home. He said, I got it from my grandmother and I love it. He said, every time I use it, it tastes just like Grandma's cooking. You know why? It is Grandma's cooking. It's the same dirt, it's the same grease, it's the same food from 30, 40, 50 years ago still in the pan. Now, iron in your diet. Very, very important thing, of course. Would anybody like to get their iron for the day? No, we don't have to eat the pan, do we? No, we get the iron that we need from the foods that we eat, not the pan that we use. Now, this is a wonderful pan. It'll last forever, and I know it makes cornbread better than anything. It's just not a very clean metal for cooking. But you know what? This is what we find in everybody's houses. Now, it doesn't usually look that bad, but it needs grease and it needs oil. We throw it away, we buy it again. Guys, this is why it takes an hour to cook dinner. This is why we go out to restaurants as often as we do, spending thousands and thousands of dollars because this just isn't getting the job done. So let me show you something a little bit different, and then we'll start eating all the good food. This is Kitchen Craft cookware. We've been making Kitchen Craft since 1906. We've been named the best many, many, many times over. Let me show you what we did. We have 7 layers of metal in every single one of our pans. You have 2 layers of an aluminum alloy that get hot very fast. 2 layers that hold that heat just like the cast iron does. But to clean those metals up and to give us that non-stick surface everybody wants, we wrap the whole pan in 3 layers of T304 surgical stainless steel. Same stuff they use in all the hospitals. Every handle and knob, they all go in the oven. They're designed for oven use. They're all dishwasher safe as well. How many of you folks are thinking, well, Charlie, that sounds like some expensive pots and pans? It is. It's not cheap. And sir, you've had our cookware for 42 years, haven't you? It wasn't cheap back then, was it? No. But how many of you guys would agree that we get what we pay for? Isn't that the truth? You buy the good stuff once, you don't have to buy it again. Here's my favorite part. Right on the side of our pan, that's our name and address. Can you see that? We have been in West Bend, Wisconsin since 1906. We're not going anyplace, and we are guaranteed just like a Craftsman tool. Anybody know the guarantee on a Craftsman tool? Lifetime, that's right. So if we break the screwdriver, what happens? They give you a new one, that's right. Now, what is the guarantee on the tools we buy to feed the family? Yeah, we're guaranteed to buy it again. And we buy it again, and we buy it again, and we buy it again forever. But here's what makes it all make sense to me. We are the only cookware manufacturers left in the world with a product that is 100% made, manufactured, and assembled right here in the United States of America. Yay! And we don't find that ever anywhere, do we? No. Where is everything made that we buy in the stores these days? China, that's right. And here's the way I see it. We keep giving them all of our good, hard-earned American dollars, and what do we get back from them? Nothing. Exactly. We throw it away, and we throw it away, and we throw it away. That's American made, guys. It's not cheap. It's the best. You've had the stuff for 42 years. You buy it once, you're done forever. It's a good value. And I guarantee everybody can afford our cookware, so that's a good thing, too. So let's start serving the food. Now, I had a cup of coffee this morning. How many of you folks here like to drink coffee or tea? Good, I do, too. When we make coffee or tea, we use hot water, right? Right. So watch. Here's what happens. We take the hot water, we run it through the coffee beans, we run it through the tea leaves, all the good stuff goes into the coffee cup, and we drink the coffee, right? Right. Now, what do we do with all the coffee grinds that are left over? Well, we throw them out, don't we? Compost them, maybe? That'd be a good thing to do. See, with our vegetables, we've all been taught to do the opposite, haven't we? We take all the good part, we throw it away, we take the compost, and we serve it to the family. It's the same process, isn't it? And there's no flavor, is there? No. So now, what do you have to put on that to at least make it taste like food again? Yeah, butter and salt and cheese sauce and ranch dressing, and here we are eating vegetables every day, and we say, hey, how come nobody's losing weight? Why is the blood pressure so high? I'm eating veggies every day. What happened here? Well, guys, all the health, nutrition, and flavor went where? Right down the drain. That's exactly right. And it's all this stuff that's causing all the problems. Now, what went wrong here? We had a beautiful bag of carrots. Why did we end up with something like this? It's the tool, isn't it? See, every time you use a regular pan, doesn't matter if it's a $5 pan from Walmart or a $700 pan from Williams-Sonoma, you have to use water. And every time we cook with water, where does all the good stuff go? Right down the drain every single time. That's a problem. Let me show you something different. Here to my left, we have the vegetables cooking the proper way. Now, carefully, I'd like you to feel the top and the bottom of the pan. It's a little bit hot, so you want to be careful. You can feel, and you can feel, and you can feel, and you can feel. You can feel that it's hot. See, we had that on the stove for only 5 minutes. We've had it off the stove for about 10 minutes now, but you can feel the pan is doing the cooking for us. It's still at that temperature of 180 degrees. That's all the metals in our pan that do that. Let me show you the veggies on the inside. Now, the people who run the building here like us to do this, and you guys are a lot of fun, so on the count of 3, we're all going to say ooh and ah, okay? You ready? 1, 2, 3. Ooh, ah. Oh, you guys are really, really good. That's fantastic. Look at that. Isn't that nice? Look at that. The color's there. The aroma is there. They look good. They smell good. If they taste good, we're going to have something to talk about, aren't we? Now, how much water did we leave in that pan at the beginning of our show? None. Exactly. And if you tried that at home, you put a pan of vegetables on the stove at home with no water at all, what would happen? Well, they would burn, exactly. Here, our cookware is designed to take advantage of the natural moisture inside the food. It's designed to work that way. If you like fun things, look at this. Every one of our pans now comes with a lid holder. Ta-da. If you need a hot plate to protect your countertops, they'll come with a hot plate. And if anybody ever comes to your home and says, hey, how come dinner's not on the table? Well, you can tell if it is. Sit down and eat. Served on a silver platter, as my friend would say. But who does the cleanup at home? Who washes all the pots and pans? Yay. Well, let me give you some good news as well. One more reason why you're going to love having kitchen craft cookware in your homes. No burning, no sticking, no water. Isn't that nice? It's all those metals together. It really is the perfect cooking surface. Now, this is the smallest pan we have. It's only a 1-quart pan. And let's see again how much food we put into our little 1-quart pan. Wow. Now, we smashed that in pretty good, didn't we? Now, I do that not to show you how much food we can put in the pan. I wanted you to see that we didn't have to save room for water. Can you see that? The only thing in the pan is vegetables. All the vitamins, all the nutrients, all the enzymes that fight cancer, and the flavor that we're going to taste in just a second. But here's my favorite part of all. How many of you folks here would like to eat all the food that you'd like, but never have to worry about fat or cholesterol or diets ever again? Boy, wouldn't that be nice? Now, nobody wants diet food. Nobody enjoys anything like that. Let me show you something different. Eat real food. That's it. No more diet food. No more processed food. Nothing that comes in a box and goes in a microwave. We call that dinner. Real food without the grease, without the fat. That makes sense, doesn't it? Having the right cookware allows you to do that. Now, we use real tools in a real pan. Stainless steel on stainless steel. Isn't that nice? No oil, no grease, no fat, perfectly cooked. And what did we do to that little potato at the beginning of our show? Nothing. We cut it in half, we dropped it into the pan. And it doesn't stick, does it? Isn't that nice? Easy, 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 easy. Let's take a look at our chicken as well, see how we did with that. Boy, isn't that nice? No oil, no grease, no fat, no nothing. Perfectly cooked every single time. Now, I'm going to get this all cut up and served up so you can get a taste of everything. But based on what you've seen here so far, how many of you folks here think that if you did start to cook and eat like this at home with the family, you probably would be just a little bit healthier? Absolutely. Live longer, save a lot of money. When's the right time to start? Now, that's right. That's why we're here. You come to the show to have fun. You come here to buy nice things for your homes and your families. This is it, guys. It's the gift of better health. Things that last from generation to generation to generation. Look at that. All the way through to the bones. Easy, easy, easy. And just to make sure there's no mistaking what we did here today, look at that, all the way through. Very good friend of mine does these cooking shows as well. And a lady came by one time, very nice older lady. She put a credit card on my friend's table. She said, son, I want the biggest set you've got. Now, the biggest set we have is every piece of cookware on the display. We call that the Elite set. My friend said, well, ma'am, that's really nice, but you missed the show. Why don't you stop back, taste the food, see the whole thing, because it's not cheap. She said, son, I have been watching kitchen craft demonstrations for over 25 years now. She said, I know what it's all about. I know it's the best. She said, my husband would never let me get the cookware. But he's gone now, so I'm getting my pots. Well, my friend's a nice guy. He said, ma'am, I'm really very sorry about that. She said, oh, no. He's not gone. He's at home watching TV. I just don't bring him to the shows anymore. He said, well, you don't even have to use your credit card. We do have a layaway plan if you'd like to make payments. We take checks, we take cash. He said, no, I want to use my credit card. But he said, you know what, if you don't mind my asking, how old are you? She said, I'm 85 years old, and what does that have to do with anything? My friend said, ma'am, with all due respect, at 85, maybe you don't need every single piece we have. You know, we have a basic set, a starter set. You could just get one piece at a time if you'd like. She said, son, at 85 years old, I don't have to need all of your cookware. She said, at 85 years old, I deserve all of your cookware. He didn't argue with her. But you know what? We have a nice meal here, don't we? Not nice? No grease, no oil, no fat, no water. 15 minutes total cooking time for an entire 5-course meal. Isn't that nice? Not nice? Now, how many of you guys here, I want to ask you a question, and be honest with me, but how many of you guys here would be pretty happy to have a dinner like this on your kitchen table at home maybe a couple of nights a week? That'd be good? All right, now think about this. If you did this just one night a week, instead of going out, instead of getting a pizza, instead of driving through someplace, you take that $40 that you would have spent going out, you put it right back in your pocket, and you do this. It takes you 15 minutes. You know, in 1 year, that $40 turns into over $2,000. That's a lot of money, guys. And you know what? How many of you guys here, if you had the kitchen craft cooker in your home, could do exactly what I just did here right now? You could. It's that easy. Having the right tools makes all the difference. 42 years you've had this cooker. Would you recommend it? You would. Thank you. Now, before I serve you the food, I am at this moment burning my pan. Has anybody here ever burned a pan before? Yeah, okay, good. I have too. I turned that pan up to 475 degrees just for fun. Wow, not too bad, huh? Now, I'm going to put cold water into a 475 degree pan. Now, normally that would be a big mistake, wouldn't it? Because if you did that to just a regular pan, what would happen to the pan? Yeah, they warp, they bend, they buckle, they crack, and then what do you do with the pan? You throw it away and you buy it again, you buy it again, you buy it again. If you find a way to ruin a kitchen craft pan, what do? Yeah, we replace it for you. It's guaranteed forever. Stainless steel on stainless steel. Never, ever, ever again will you ever have to worry about babying your cookware with plastic forks and wooden spoons. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? But what am I making up here? Anybody know? Gravy. Yeah, absolutely right. Thicken it, season it. You've got the best tasting gravy you've ever had in your entire life. And what is not in that gravy? Yeah, no grease, no fat, no salt, no Teflon either. That's a good thing. Eat it every day. You've got potatoes and chicken and gravy and corn, and the whole family says, you know, this is really nice. We're eating real food. We're not on some silly diet. We're all losing weight and we're all feeling better. And the only thing you did is you got a new set of cookware. It makes all the difference in the world. Now, when you're at home, you finish making your gravy, of course. And now that pan goes right into the sink of the dishwasher. Isn't that nice? Easy, easy, easy. I'm going to finish cleaning it right here in front of you so you can see how easy it is. So let's do this. I'm going to pass some toothpicks around so you guys can get a little taste of all the wonderful food that we have up here. I am going to ask you to do me a favor, though. We are running a little bit short on toothpicks, so they shake out the top like a little shaker. If you would, grab a toothpick, pass them around. When you're finished with your toothpick, just lick it good, put it back. We'll use them again later if we have to. No, we don't do that. Is everybody having fun? Yeah, wonderful. I'm having a good time too. You guys are a fun group. Now, the first food that I want to pass around is some of the corn on the cob. Now, I like corn. I don't know about you guys, but normally we boil the corn or we steam the corn, don't we? Right. And you know how the water turns that kind of a cloudy color? You know what I'm talking about? Any idea what that actually is? It's the starch. That's exactly right. It's the cream of the corn. It's all the good stuff that goes into the hot water. And then what do we do with all that wonderful, healthy, flavored water? Yeah, it goes right down the drain, doesn't it? Which is why we have to add just a little bit of butter and salt, right? Just a little bit. Maybe a little bit more butter and salt. Maybe a lot of butter and salt. You know, a good friend of mine says we don't even like corn on the cob, we just like butter and salt. I think he's right. We pass some corn around. So we'll get some corn out to the guys. Now, the first plate of food, these are the boiled carrots. Now, I know you've all had a boiled carrot before. That's not the point. We want to see if there's a difference between the ones that were cooked with water and ours that were cooked with no water at all. So I'm going to hand this to you. You can pass it all the way around the whole group. Thank you very much. The second plate, these are the veggies that were cooked in our pan with no water at all. You want to taste the carrot first, see if there's any difference, and then try at least one or two of the other veggies as well. So we'll pass them around also. We'll get the chicken going around this side. We'll get the potatoes going around the other way. Now, while you're all eating the food, I'm going to finish cleaning the pan. I like to use this. This is our cleaner. If you choose to get our cookware, that cleaner comes with the cookware. It's very, very good. But you can also use Bon Ami. Cameo is a nice product. Barkeeper's Friend does a nice job. Any of those are absolutely fine. Now, while the food is all going around, let me ask this. How are the potatoes? Nice? Wonderful. How many of you folks here have ever put a potato in a microwave before? Yeah. And what happens to the potato in a microwave? Yeah, they shrivel, they get mealy, they explode, and you got to stab them a couple of times. Here we're cooking at microwave speed, but without all that radiation. So the food tastes better, it's a lot healthier, and our cookware certainly does last a lot longer than a microwave, so that's a good thing. How is the chicken, by the way? Nice, it's moist, isn't it? Not nice? And remember, there's nothing on the food, so when you go home, use your seasonings, use your marinades, do all those things you like to do. Of course, your good cooking is going to taste even better because you're going to season it and marinate it the way you want to do it. Wonderful. Now, how many of you folks here could actually taste the difference in the two carrots? Wow, what was different about the carrots? Sweeter? They taste like a real carrot? I think that makes perfect sense. They taste a whole lot better, don't they? Isn't that nice? Now here's something that I think is kind of fun. Did the carrots taste like broccoli? No. Did the corn taste like purple cabbage? No. Everything has its own distinct flavor. There's no mingling of flavors because we cooked with no water at all. Makes a wonderful difference for the health of the family. And let me just show you this really quickly, everybody. How's that for easy to clean? Isn't that nice? In the sink, in the dishwasher, makes it even easier than that. So let me do this. I'm going to ask you a silly question. Which plate of food would you rather eat for the rest of your life? This one? I think that makes sense. Which one was easier to prepare? Okay, I think that makes sense too. And which one's a lot healthier? Okay, so we got a slam dunk. Now, what is the only difference between the food we like and the food that we don't? Exactly. It's a tool, isn't it? It's a tool. Every time we use a regular pan, we have to use water. The nutrients go down the drain, the flavor and all that. We got to buy them 1,000 times. If this is what you like for your family, this is what you have to have in your kitchen. It's called Kitchen Craft cookware. Now, here's the big question. Which is the more expensive set of cookware? Yeah, it's this one, isn't it? Yeah. The guys get that every single time. Why is it more expensive? You have to buy it again. That's true. We eat out all the time. That's true. It takes a lot of time. The nutrients go down the drain. You're all exactly right. Guys, this is the best value in the whole world. You buy it once, and my goodness, you've had this cooker for how long? 42 years. I'd say that's a great value. Just a smart thing to do. So let's do this. At the very beginning of the show, I said something about getting one of our kitchen cutters as a gift. You remember that? I remember that. Now, I understand. Some people stop by my cooking show here just to sit down and relax. Some people stop by just to eat the free food. I know there's some people walking around our building right now that really have no idea what we're doing here right now. And that's okay too. But I also know a lot of you guys really did like what you saw. You like the food, you like the cookery, you're trying to be healthier, you like that it's American made. I think that's very important. How many of you folks here would like to get a color brochure about our cookware and find out about all the free stuff that we're actually giving away at the show here today? Just raise your hand so I know how many we need. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. Now, I'm going to ask you to do me a favor. Mary, would you do me a favor? Just slide all the way down to the right there for me. Thank you very much. Would you guys do the same and follow suit? Bob, would you do the same? Just slide over to the right for me. Perfect. Everybody come over to this side. Wonderful. Now, this is the brochure that I'm going to pass around. I'm going to go over this with you nice and fast, but I am going to need your attention so we don't miss anything. Can I get everybody's attention? Everybody say yes? Perfect. Thank you very much. On the front page, you've got all the different pieces broken up into sets. The back page is all the pieces we have in one big giant set. That's called the Elite Set. And this is what Kitchen Craft has always called the Opportunity Form. Don't you love that? We have a sense of humor as well. But you know what? It's an opportunity to do something really good for you and your family. But let me say this. I love my job. I've been doing this for a while now, and I really enjoy what I do. I hope that comes across. You know what I love? I love people like Bob back here that's had our cooker for 42 years. I know we're doing good things for people. If this is what you'd like to have, this is how you get the cookware. It's not in stores. It's not on TV. We don't do phone orders and we don't do mail orders. Now, we do in-home dinner parties. We'll send somebody out to the house. We do have a website. You can buy it online all night long. But once a year, we come to this show and we do a huge amount of business. So while we're here, we give you a big discount, and I have a lot of free cookware to give away today, and that just makes it a lot of fun. Now, usually, the first question that I get is, Charlie, could you just get one piece at a time? And the answer is, of course you can. Everything is available on a piece-by-piece basis. The first one is our kitchen cutter. How many of you folks here like the kitchen cutter? Well, I love it. We use ours just about every day. A lot of hotels, restaurants, catering companies buy that from us. Just a wonderful tool. The other one that you saw was our Freedom Skillet. This is what we did the chicken and potatoes in. Really a great pan. I use this one at home more often than any other piece we have. That's just a perfect size pan. The one that you didn't see is this one. It's called the Gourmet Cooker, and I'm going to show it to you in just a quick second. But here's the way the sets all break down. If you have a small family, 1, 2, 3 in the house, maybe you just don't cook all that much, the top row is what we call the basic set. Now, in your basic set, we give you the 1-quart pan. That's what I did all the vegetables in just a moment ago. We also give you the small skillet. This one right here. It's a little bit smaller than the Freedom Skillet, but you can get 2 chicken breasts in here, 2 pork chops. Nice for a small family. You've also got your 3-quart. That's your large pan for soups and stews, pastas and chilies. This is called the 2-quart dome cover. How many of you folks here use a double boiler from time to time? Okay, I do too. If you've looked in the store, you know they're kind of hard to find, aren't they? So watch, we did this. We designed ours to go right on top. Isn't that nice? It's designed to work together. If you ever need more capacity, flip it upside down. Now you've got a 5-quart Dutch oven. Everything works together. It's a matched set of tools, which is nice. And how many of you folks here have ever run out of burner space? Right, too many things to cook, not enough burners on the stove? Watch this. We do what we call stack cooking. Yeah, that's a lot of fun. We literally go up. Now, what time of year will that come in very handy? Thanksgiving, Christmas, all the big holidays, that's true. I do this in the summertime as well. When it's really hot outside, we can cook on 1 burner instead of 3 or 4. That keeps the kitchen a lot cooler. And in your cookbook that comes with your set of cookware, on page number 10, we give you all the information you could ever possibly need about how to do stack cooking. This is a great feature of our cookware. Now, one last piece in your basic set. That's this one right here. It's called the 8-inch Gourmet Chef Pan. Let me pass that one around there. How many of you folks here have ever tried to cook an egg in a stainless steel pan? Yeah, and what happens? Well, it sticks, doesn't it? Yeah, you could use a whole stick of butter. It still finds a way to stick. I'm going to cook an egg for you real quick because I want you to see when you have our cookware, you will never have to buy Teflon again. How many of you guys think that's very good news? Absolutely. We're going to put this on the stove. Now, if we're going to cook an egg, what is the first thing we need? An egg, exactly. And I happen to have some eggs right here. Now, Mary, you're sitting right in the front row here. Would you do me a favor? Why don't you check and make sure that's a real egg? Perfect. And Mary, have you and I ever worked together before? No, we never have. Now, an egg is just a little bit different. When we're cooking our meats, we can do that in a completely dry pan because all of the meat has just a little bit of fat in it. The chicken, the beef, the fish, the pork, a little bit of fat. The white of an egg, there's no fat at all. So we're going to use a little bit of something. I like olive oil, and I like it in a spray form because I can put less in the pan than if I'm trying to pour it out with a jar. So what we do is we take our olive oil, just a light coating, put our egg right into the pan. Now while that's cooking, I'm going to finish up over on this side. That's your basic set on the top row. The second row down is called the family set. If you have a bigger family, I'll even say if you're cooking on an everyday basis, I always recommend the family set. It's the same as the basic, just a little bit bigger. So in the family set, now we have the full-size fry pan. You can do 4 or 5 chicken breasts. In the family set, you've got the 6-quart stock pot. You can do a whole pound of pasta. So the basic is small, the family is a little bit bigger. If you put the 2 sets together, that's called the deluxe set. And that has always been our most popular set because you've got the big and the little, and we use them all the time. On the bottom is some of our big guys. You've got our 8-quart stock pot, our 12-quart stock pot, our combo cooker, like a wok down there, beautiful piece. All 3 rows together is called the gourmet set, also a very popular set. And then if you put everything on the booth together, that's called the elite set. That's the whole shoot and match top to bottom. Now, how many of you folks would be pretty happy if the entire elite just showed up in your kitchen overnight tonight? Poof, there it is. Wouldn't that be fun? Now, where would you put it all? Exactly. Let me show you how we do that. We have been making KitchenCraft cookware since 1906. That's a long time to be making the best. Every set of cookware that we manufacture is designed to be stackable. Isn't that nice? Not nice? So you know what? You get rid of all the clutter. You're going to get rid of it anyway. You get a new set of KitchenCraft today. You have better health. You've got better cabinets. And by the way, guys, the entire Elite set will stack up just like this. It'll all fit in one kitchen cabinet about that big. So it makes it really, really easy. Now, let's take care of our egg over there, and then we can finish this whole thing up. Now, I know everybody's not going to get to see my egg at the exact same time, but can you see that? Isn't that nice? Look at that. It just slides in the pan. Let's see if we can do this. Ready? Yay! Isn't that nice? Isn't that great? Let's take a look at how we did. Isn't that great? Easy, easy, easy. Now cleanup is easy as well. We use things like dish soap, a little sponge with a scrubby. Easy, guys. When I'm at the house and I do most of the cooking at my house, I have my pans clean, dry, and put away before anybody even sits down to eat. And that's not because I'm anything special. It's because I've got pans that make it that easy to do. Easy, 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 easy. Let me show you. Isn't that nice? Simple. Having the best tools really does make it nice. This is easy, guys. We can use it every single day and enjoy it. But let's do this. One last piece, then we're going to wrap this up and give away the free stuff. How many of you folks here like to use a slow cooker like a crock pot? I do too. Very, very convenient way to work. Now, the problem with the crock pots has always been that you can't submerge them, can you? No. And that ceramic sleeve that comes out, if you break that like I did, what do you have to do to the whole thing? Throw it away and buy it again. It's a big pain. This is a little bit different. Totally separate. Isn't that nice? So the cooking surface stays right here on the countertop where it belongs, and the whole thing now goes right into the sink of the dishwasher. Easy. Same construction as all of our cookware. So this 4-quart pot is a 4-quart pot. This goes on your stove, it goes in the oven, it goes in your cooker base, and of course all of your other kitchen craft cookware is designed to work on there as well. So now we've got all kinds of versatility, which makes it really nice. But here's the part that I like. I have my dinner cooking in my gourmet cooker right here, but you can't smell it, can you? No, even this close. Now at home, we smell the food cooking all day, don't we? Yeah, and if we can smell the food all day long, well, what do we know we're losing all day long? The vitamins, the nutrients, the flavor, the moisture. That's right, it's gone right out the window. Let me show you what we're going to have tonight. Ooh, I like my job. How we doing, guys? Isn't that nice? That is a 7-pound roaster chicken with carrots and onions and celery and seasonings, and that's a little seasonings on the top, some dried cranberries. Isn't that nice? That look good? Now, if you look way down the bottom there, what do you see way down there? See that little bit of liquid? Now, where'd that liquid come from? Well, from the chicken, that's exactly right. Now, here's how we do this. This is a little bit more complicated than what I did before, so let me just kind of walk you through this. Now, watch. You take all of your food, you drop it into a totally dry pot, you put the lid on top, and then you go away. I know you have to practice that. Oh, and you do have to plug it in. It's easy. It's easy. Now think about this. That takes not even 5 minutes in the morning. You take 5 minutes, you throw it in the pot, you go to work, you go to have fun, you do whatever you like to do. When you're coming home, you're already thinking to yourself, I don't want to cook. Isn't that true? I don't want to go home and cook. I've been busy all day long, so what are we going to do? Well, maybe we'll go out, right? Get a pizza, go get Chinese, something. We end up spending all kinds of money. We don't eat what we're supposed to eat because we're just too busy. How about this? You walk in the door, dinner is ready and waiting for you. Isn't that nice? You put together a quick salad, you're sitting down, you're eating together as a family, and you're saying, boy, this is the smartest thing we ever did. You're saving thousands of dollars a year because you can eat at home just a little bit more often and everybody loves it. You got the right tool for the job. Now, here's where we get to have some fun. If I said I would like to give a gourmet cooker to somebody at this little show that we're doing here right now, who would take a free gourmet cooker? Yay, okay. Now it comes empty. But you know what? At the end of the night, I serve that for dinner. When I stop back at the end of the night and we serve it all, it's a lot of fun. But you know what? Let's get to the best part of all. Truly the best part of the whole show. What does good cookware cost these days? Have any of you guys gone looking at the stores at some of the better cookware that's out there? Have you looked? Okay, good. How many of you guys would agree that we get what we pay for? That's true, isn't it? If we buy it cheap, we throw it away. We buy the good stuff, it lasts. Now, we could all go to Walmart right now. We go to Walmart, we'll find the best cookware Walmart has, runs about $200 a set. That's their top of the line. But what do we do with that stuff after a little while? Oh, we throw it away and we buy it again, and all of a sudden, thousands of our dollars are in the garbage and we've got nothing to show for it. Now, on the other hand, you go to Williams-Sonoma. Anybody here familiar with all-clad cookware? Yes, okay. I actually had a woman at one of my shows. She told me that she spent over $4,000 on all-clad cookware. Worth every penny. It's beautiful cookware, but it still needs water, and it still needs grease, and eventually that gets replaced too, doesn't it? Kitchen craft is totally different. It's waterless and greaseless. It's the best for our health. We can actually taste the difference of the food. It's guaranteed forever, 42 years, and still going strong. I think that's pretty cool. And our prices are better as well. Let me pass these clipboards around right now because we're going to pass around and write down some sale prices. Everybody gets a clipboard. Perfect. Now, everybody look up here for just one quick second if you would. Now, sir, you've had our cookware for 42 years. That would be the early 1970s, right? Now, would I be correct in saying that in 1970 you probably spent about $350 for your set of cookware? That's right, yes, okay. And you know what? Back then I've been told you could buy a brand new car for about $3,000. Wow, and today the cars are going for $30,000, aren't they? You know, sir, in today's dollars, that means you spent roughly $3,500 on a set of our cookware. And that was smart, wasn't it? That was smart. You've had it all these years. That's really good. Now, think about that. $3,500 is no small amount of money, is it? No. But if we're just normal, average people, how much are we spending right now just going out to restaurants every single year? Yeah, $5,000 or $6,000. Just every year, every year, every year. That's just money through our fingers and it's gone. This is an investment that lasts. But here's the good news, guys. There's 3 different ways to get your cookware. Number 1, you can have an in-home dinner party. They're a lot of fun. At a dinner party right now, your basic set is actually going to run you less than half of what we spend going out to restaurants every year. At a dinner party right now, that basic set's going to run you $2,500. That's great. That's less than it was back then. But here at the show, we do it even better. Grab your pens, guys. We're going to write down some sale prices right now. We're going to start right up here in the top left corner with a 7-inch saute skillet. That's our little egg pan right here. The 7-inch saute skillet at an in-home dinner party today retails for $200. We have it on sale today for less. It's only $159. Put $159 in that little box with a saute skillet. That's great. You buy it once, you're done. Right below that, it says the square griddle. That's the one right here. Pancakes, grilled sandwiches. We do the square griddle here at the show for only $229. Now you never have to buy it again. And below that it says the breakfast combo. That's if you get both of them together. This is really good. The breakfast combo is only $295. That's fantastic. You buy it once, you have it forever. To the right of that is your kitchen cutter. Now you can buy these at hotel or restaurant supply shops. And when the hotels and restaurants buy it there, they run just about $400. It's a great machine. Here at the show, we have it on sale for about the wholesale price. It's only $269. Only $269 for the kitchen cutter. You get all the cones and everything. That's really good. To the right of that is your Freedom skillet. That's what we did the chicken and potatoes in. You know, the Freedom skillet's on sale for less than a good cordless drill living out in the garage. The Freedom skillet's only $339. So $339 for the Freedom skillet. And to the right of that is your gourmet cooker. That is our most popular piece. It retails for just about $500. We have it on sale here at the show for less than a good digital camera. It's only $369. And you get to eat what comes out of this. That's a nice feature. Now, right below that, it says the basic set. The basic set is everything on the top row. And again, at an in-home dinner party today, that basic set runs $2,500, which is great. But how many of you here know that usually you get a better price if you go online? It's true. We do the exact same thing. On our website today, that basic set runs $2,100. And that's fabulous. People buy it every day. But here at the show, we have that whole basic set on sale for less than a one-night stay at your local hospital. The whole basic set, guys, is only $16.95. That's fantastic. Put $16.95 for the basic set. It is the best investment you'll ever make. Right below that, it says the family set. That's the bigger pieces on the second row. You know, the family set is less than we spend on cell phone bills every single year. The whole family set's only $19.95. That's only $300 more than the basic. You double the size, but you don't double the price, which is nice. And right below that, you'll see where it says the deluxe set. That's our basic and family both put together. I have a computer at home. Who's got a computer at home? You do? Okay. 10 years ago, I bought a Dell laptop computer. It cost me $3,500. I got a nice one. Somebody tell me, how much is my laptop worth today 10 years later? Yeah, nothing. It's garbage. Totally obsolete. You know, the entire deluxe set, which lasts for generations, is on sale for less than a good laptop these days. The whole deluxe set's only $29.95. And this doesn't need cable internet access every single month forever. This actually saves you money every time you use it. Right below that, you've got the gourmet set. That's all 3 rows all put together. You know, the gourmet is less than the big flat screen TV with all the cable bills that go with it. The gourmet is only $39.95. Only $39.95. You buy it once, for a lot healthier, guys. Really an important thing. And if you would, take your color page, flip it over to the back, and you're going to find the Elite set. Okay? Now, the Elite is everything on the display. Top to bottom, the whole thing. That also includes me. I come to your home for 2 weeks to do all the cooking, the cleaning, the toilets, and the windows. You know, I had one couple say, we'll take 2 sets, we'll keep you for a month. I bring my wife, the kids, the dog. It's a lot of fun. The entire Elite. At a dinner party right now, the Elite runs just about $7,500. And that's fabulous. You buy it once, you're done. People do it all the time. Here at the show, we have the Elite on sale for about what we spend going out to restaurants every single year. The Elite is only $49.95. That's fantastic, guys. You buy it once, you're done. Just a smart thing to do. Now, everybody breathe. We got past the prices. Now we get to have some fun. Who likes free stuff? Yay, I do. Who likes our cookware so far? Yeah, I do too. How many guys here think if you cook and eat like this, we're going to be a lot healthier? Yeah, live longer, save a lot of money. When's the right time to start? Now, that's right. Listen, I love what I do. I have a lot of fun doing my job. But you know what I love? I love that people like Bob here keep coming back and saying, we own the cookware. We love it. Thank you for that. That's a wonderful thing. And I do have that gift for you as well, so stick around for just a second. But you know what? My favorite part is I get to give you guys free cookware, and I'm going to do that right now. But before I give you the free cookware, let's do something fun. Take your color page here. Look on the front part of the whole thing, okay? Pick the set you'd like to have. Better yet, pick the set that's right for you. Maybe that's the basic set. Maybe it's the family, the deluxe, the gourmet, the whole elite, whatever size set you think is right. Okay? Perfect. Okay, now, everybody look up here for a second. Everybody, ready for this? Let me give you the best news that I possibly could. Whatever size set you just picked, you can afford that set of cookware. I guarantee it. I mean, for all I know, you guys all own half of the United States of America. What do I know? But you know what? We do have a layaway plan. If today is the worst day for you financially, you can use the layaway. What that means is you would put a down payment today, cash, check, or credit card, and we take the balance, we spread it up over the entire year with no interest at all. Little payments over the course of the year, it's easy. It actually works out to less money per day than a cup of coffee and a donut, and it's in your home forever. Now, on the layaway, you get the cookware at the end of the year when you finish your payments. If you want the cookware right away, but you still want to spread those payments out, that would be our 90-day on the credit card. That's our 3-pay plan. A third of your total this month, a third next month, a third the month after. So we spread the payments out, but on the 90-day plan, you get the cookware right away. We just ship it out to the house. We take checks, we take cash, we take whatever credit card or debit card you might want to use. If you didn't bring the right card to the show today, that's okay too. Just fill out the form, sign the form, call me when you get home, and I write the card number down. We do it every day. But here's the free stuff. See, at a dinner party, we give the host or hostess a gift, and that's a lot of fun. Here at the show, we're doing something a little bit different. Normally, at every show that we do, the first person at every one of our shows that says, you know what, Charlie, I'd like to get a set. Whatever size set is right for you, the big one, the little one, whatever payment plan you want to use, we give that person a little bit of a gift. But business has been absolutely fantastic for us, so we're doing something a little bit better. What we're doing is this, guys. Every single one of you guys that says, Charlie, that's smart, I want to get a set. Whatever set is right, every one of you guys, Kitchen Craft's going to send to your home as a gift a brand new kitchen cutter with all the cones as a gift to say thank you for buying American made. How many of you guys are trying to buy a little more American? We thank you for that. We right now keep about 9,000 American families employed doing what we do. We're very proud of that. We want to encourage you to be buying American as well. So every one of you guys, whatever size set you pick, we're going to send a kitchen cutter out to the house as a gift. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? Everybody say thank you, Kitchen Craft. Yay, thank you guys. But you know what? Sometimes when I do these shows, somebody says to me, well, you know, Charlie, we love the cookware, but we're going to walk and talk and think and chat, and that's okay. I'm going to be here, and the cookware's not going anywhere. But I know a lot of people don't make it back because we get phone calls, and we can't do a phone order. I can't get your signature over the phone, and then everybody gets upset. So we're doing a little incentive right now. Listen to this. If this is what you'd like to have, and I think by now you've decided whether this is right for you, if you like it, and if this is what you'd like to have, if you can do it while we're sitting here right now, and that's totally up to you. But if you can do this now instead of later, Kitchen Craft is going to send you a second gift as well. That's our Freedom Skillet. Guys, that is my all-time favorite pan. This is that medium-sized pan that people have been asking for years. It's a little bit bigger than the basic set, a little bit smaller than the family set. It's right in the middle. It works with every set that you might want to have. That's a $339 gift, guys. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? So everybody, for the whole show long, everybody gets a kitchen cutter. That's our gift to you to say thank you for buying American made. Every one of y'all that's sitting here that says, Charlie, I want to do that. I want to do something smart at this particular demonstration. We're going to give you guys the gourmet cooker, the Freedom Skillet as a gift as well. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? Everybody say thank you, Kitchen Craft. Yay, thank you guys. Now, one last thing that I have to do and then we're going to be all done. If you would, take your color page here and move it to the back just like this. We're going to be on this back page right here. There you go, this one right here. Perfect, perfect. Now, if you look up here, grab your pen. See here on the left-hand side where it says kitchen cutter. See where I just put that mark? Put a little check in the box with the kitchen cutter, just like I did. And over to the right of that, you're going to find this column that says Show Special. Now, what word should we put in that box of the kitchen cutter? Free. That's exactly right. So everybody write the word free. F-R-E-E. Everybody write the word free. Perfect. Now, right below that, it says Freedom Skillet. Check the box with the Freedom Skillet. And under Show Special, we're going to write the word free as well. Wonderful. Now, Tom, let me ask you a question. What was it about the Kitchen Craft Cookware that you personally liked a lot? The health. Okay. Is that an important thing for you guys? It is. Awesome. That's really cool. Mary, what was it about the Kitchen Craft Cookware that you personally liked a lot? The speed. Okay. All right. Is that an important thing for you guys? It is. You've got a busy life. Okay. Wonderful. I think that's fantastic. You know what, guys? I've got one last little thing for you. One last little thing. We have been breaking records at a lot of the shows that we go to. Business has been absolutely fantastic for Kitchen Craft Cookware. Now, somebody give me a guess why, with all the chaos that's been going on in our country over the last 10 years and more, with economies and politics and all the other silly stuff, why are we finding more people buying our cookware right now than we have ever seen before? Somebody give me a guess. We're saving money. That's true. It's American made. Yep, that's true too. We're busy. Absolutely, Mary, I agree. How many of you guys are maybe just a little bit more health conscious this year than last year? I'm hearing that from everybody, guys. You're investing in your health. You're investing in your family. You're investing in things that last. Bob, 42 years. Would you recommend the cookware? You would. You know, Bob, we have a lot of people that will take a set like you have, which is great. Pass it down to the kids or the grandkids. You get a new set for yourselves. That's a smart thing to do. Guys, listen, we want to break the record here at this show again, and this is what they're telling me to do. Everybody, for the whole show long, at any time, everybody gets a kitchen cutter as a gift. That's a way to say thank you for buying American made. Every one of you guys that are at this demonstration right here that say, you know what, Charlie, I want to do that. I want to do something smart for me and my family. We're going to give you the Freedom Skillet as a gift as well, just for doing it now instead of later. I think that's very nice. But this last one, they've told me I should limit this to no more than 2 people at every demonstration that I do. Now, I'll be honest with you. I've never been a fan of this first 1, 2, 3 thing, but that means 2 of you folks that are sitting here right now that say, Charlie, I want to get a set. 2 of you guys. Good. There's going to be 1 more box. 1 more additional gift is going to show up on your front doorstep as well. Wow. That's our gourmet cooker, guys. That is our big, huge, wonderful gourmet cooker that they allow me to add in for free on top of all the other fun gifts we've done already. I can do this for 2 of you guys. Everybody say, thank you, Charlie. Yay! Thank you, guys. So here's what we need to do. Right there in the middle of the page where it says gourmet cooker, check the box of the gourmet cooker and write the word free. F-R-E-E. Perfect. You guys can have the first one. We could do 1 more. We could do 1 more. Now, up at the top, it says the date. What is today's date today? The 15th? Okay, good. Put the date on the top. 10/15 of 12. To the left of that, you've got a little questionnaire. It says, what impressed you most about Kitchen Craft? See that? Fill that out for us if you would, guys. If it's only 1 box, check 1 box. If it's all of them, you can check all of them. The really important one, of course, is way over on the far right-hand side. So you want to check that box. Circle, underline, the chef. The chef. You know, Charlie was a nice guy, things like that. To the right of that is all your credit card stuff. Card type, card number, autograph, payment plan. Just a smart, affordable thing to do. Where's a great way to go? Now, Tom, how many guys cooking for? How many in the house? 2? Okay. If you're going to pick a set, Tom, what's the right size set for you guys? The family set. Okay, I think that's great. You guys do a lot of entertaining? You do? Perfect. Family set's great. Mary, how many are you cooking for? 6. Oh my goodness. So you want to get the deluxe. Perfect. I think that's a great way to go. Excellent. Now, on your form here, guys, you see where it says name and address, and then we just continue on with the nudges all the way through, and we multiple clues all the way.